All right, here we go. My man Carlos, you
What's
got a
up, buddy?
joke. You got a joke, huh?
No, it's no joke. It's not a joke. It's a true story. You
Okay,
know, the guy that works with me, that we're partners in the music stuff, right?
right.
That motherfucker can talk. I remember yesterday your airplane experience, right? Your
Right.
flight experience. It reminds me. Last time we took a flight, we went to Bogota
Hold up.
together, right?
You know what? You said motherfucker in the first
Oh,
in the first within the first minute.
oh, so we got okay. So we got to switch that.
Yeah, hold up. Let me all right. And action. All right, brother. Here we are.
What's
My
up, buddy?
man, you back,
Yeah, I'm back. Listen, I just thought of a story.
right?
Okay, remembering your experience and your flight back
Oh,
home,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
turbulence and all that
Nightmare.
stuff, right? I have a pretty funny story with my friend, the one that I work the music with, right?
Okay.
He can talk. He's a yap 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 yap. And I'm like, damn, this guy ever gonna shut up? You know what I mean? We were on a flight. We went to Bogota together, right?
Okay.
And he talked all the way to Bogota. He talked all the time that we were there in Bogota. And on the flight back to Bogota from Bogota, he's on the yappy 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 yappy
Damn.
yappy. We're coming in on a landing, right? The plane is about to touch down, and then all of a sudden it goes comes right back up.
Oh, I mean, right, like ready to touch the ground.
But I mean, it went like a rocket. Went
What
right back up.
what happened?
This nigga shut up. I stay looking at him like, what happened? He goes,
That's some funny shit. Well, why'd it go? What happened? The landing gear didn't go down. What happened?
there was a plane that something that, I don't know, in the what do you call it?
Runway.
On the runway. And they had the abort landing, but it just went up. He just shut up. He was just like, I'm like, what happened? He goes,
That's one of those guys you don't want to give him a blast because he'll be talking all damn night.
oh man,
Could you
that
imagine?
was funny. Yeah, we were laughing up for a month with that. Last night after we hung up and everything, I go, I should have told Tony about this story.
Man, I don't like that plane stuff. I tell you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Crazy. Well, I saw episode 4. You saw it too, also.
Well, I watched like 10 minutes of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Quickly, listening to Giuliani saying some of the shit, and you know, Mike and Sammy's got some good points. But what do you got?
Well, I mean, Giuliani said a couple things that just caught my eye. Like at the beginning, he says that they were extorting people, right? That the mob would extort people and stuff like that, because the mob now is saying that the government is doing what the mob used to do before.
Absolutely, 100 fucking 100%.
Right, but he says that the mob, the government doesn't come, like, for instance, if you extort somebody, they don't, and you don't pay, they come and break your fingers, your kneecaps, or whatever, or they beat up your daughter.
However,
you know
what the government does do is something that the mob couldn't do. See, the government will come and take your shit legally. They don't need the baseball bat. It might take longer. It might take 3 years, but the government's going to come in and they're going to give you this loan and they're going to sign all these papers and shit, and they're going to take your collateral. See, when you're on the street and you're loaning out money, it's a handshake and a baseball bat. It's a handshake and a baseball bat. The difference is what the government's done is they're saying, oh, no, you can't do that. So they're going to come in with this fucking ridiculously high interest also, just like the mob does. Right. And if you don't pay, they're going to take your house. They're going to take whatever else. So it's the same type of organized crime.
Yeah. So they said a lot of things are legal now. Like the gambling's legal, certain online gambling. You know what I mean?
Almost. If you think about it, Carlos, almost everything the mob did, except like Giuliani said, is murder, which is far-fetched. Murder wouldn't really happen if.
Well, they touched base on something like that.
They did. They were talking about the military, and he had a good point about that. He got a real good point. So we could talk about that in a second, but talk about prostitution. You got these girls on, it's not TikTok, but the other one, what is it called? Fans?
Oh yeah, they named it.
The fans.
OnlyFans.
Fans only, right? Fans only.
Right.
All right, that's just one. But honestly, when it comes to prostitution, no one's going to get busted nowadays if you want to do that, right? If you're a pimp, you're in trouble, maybe if they really want to get you, but they're going to keep it. Here's what the feds will do. They'll make it legal for themselves, and they'll allow it for the girls to do what they want, but they're going to keep it illegal on the books. Why? Because if you get a mobster that, let's say he's good, man, you can't, he's almost untouchable. You watching that football game, motherfucker, I see your eyeballs darting back and forth. And I can see the football game with your glasses. I can see the football game with your glasses. So you get a mobster who's smart, clever guy that it's almost impossible to catch. However, you keep some of these laws on the books, and you catch him for something. Oh, motherfucker, the cat. Hey, kitty. He almost got me. So you keep these stupid laws on the book, prostitution and shit like that. And they're gonna, one day they'll nail your ass for it, and you'll think, oh, there's no big deal. It's no big deal. Shit. If I ever had a few girls working for me, which I never would, oh, you'd be finished. They'd hit you with all kinds of shit.
But what they were saying, and generally it's all true. I mean, drugs are on their way to becoming legal. Gambling is legal. You know what I mean? What else? Loan sharking now practically. I didn't know.
They got that.
Now you can lend money up to 25% a month.
It's that paycheck thing. What do they call that? Payday advance or something?
I don't know, but
years ago.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and then that payday advance shit, they charge you this fee. You got an application fee. Well, at least they did years ago, and then you're getting money in front of your paycheck, and if you don't pay that, it's similar to what you were saying in Colombia before.
Yeah, and it's legal over there now.
It's legal. So this is what I think the feds do. Let's say you're the mafia of mafias, right? Fuck these little guys. You look down and you go, all right, what is the mob controlling the most? What's the bloodline for them, right? What makes them survive? Well, you find, all right, you got prostitution, gambling, extortion's one thing, and you get all these things that they do, right? Then you nail whatever these laws are, and you hammer them. You figure out a way to just crumble the law, the mob, so they don't have any blood flow, right? Then after you crumble those, you make them for yourself, and you make them legal. All you got to do, you watch your enemy. Yeah. You make it illegal, they crumble, and then you bring it over here and you make it legal. Wow. They did that with the gambling. Listen, over here in Gulfstream Racetrack used to be just horses.
I remember that.
Used to be horses. Now, blackjack tables, all that stuff.
Really?
Right. I mean, my dad used to have card games with Steve Maruka and these guys over here in Hollywood. They go every week. You go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You go to a different house, and we're just talking 10 guys that are playing cards. Not a big deal. Big deal when the Broward County fucking organized crime task force gets involved, kick the fucking doors down. A big deal. Same card game at Gulfstream Racetrack every day. And we're talking 2 miles from his house. He can't have it. He got busted. My dad got busted. It was him and one other guy, just 2 guys playing cards in his house. Fucking cops kicked the door in. He had a damn dog attack the cop. They shot the dog. It was a big dog. It was a big German Shepherd. They shot the dog. Right. He lived, but it's stupid. It's almost like I said in the video a while ago, Mexico sits there and helps the United States. Or, well, I don't know if you'd say they help, but they listen to what the U.S. says.
The U.S. says.
We'll go back to the weed days when they started in the 70s, and they made this big fucking deal about marijuana. Big deal. Right. Marijuana is the gateway drug. Oh my God, if you do marijuana, then you're going to do all this other shit, and your daughter's going to be addicted to drugs and heroin. She's going to be a prostitute. And man, this big thing. And then Reagan gets on there with his wife with the 2 eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is drugs, and this is your brain on drugs.
Yeah, just say no.
Just say no, right? The
Just
war
say
against,
no.
they wanted the war on drugs because they didn't have another fucking war to finance. So they want the war on drugs. So now the United States is pressing Mexico, right? Hey, motherfuckers, you better stop that weed coming over here, blah, blah, blah. Now Mexico goes in there, and what happens? People starting getting shot, killed, going to prison. I mean, complete fucking disaster over there over weed.
Right, right,
weed, right? How many thousands of people got killed over the fucking weed trade?
A lot.
Over the weed trade. Now the US goes and says, well, you know, we think it's okay now after you guys fucking killed each other over it. I mean, really? If I was Mexico and the US was saying, you know, you guys got to stop the flow of drugs, and you got to do this, and you got to do that, I would tell the US, wait, motherfucker, we're the same Mexico that you told stop the weed, and now you motherfuckers are selling it on every corner.
Yeah.
What about all the people that died over here?
Right.
Right. And what about all the people that are doing life sentences in the United States for weed?
For weed.
Or other states.
What do you call that? Double morale or something? Morale, something like that.
It's not double jeopardy, but it's the
morality thing. It's a double morality. Something doble moral. They say it over here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Oh, if you do it, it's fine. If I do it, it's wrong.
Right. Hypocrite, motherfuckers. That's what they are. It's funny how easy people forget. I got a bad memory, right? But I don't forget that shit. But it's so easy how people will watch TV one day and this thing will be, you know, some guy got shot or this cop did this, and it goes on for a month, and oh my God. And then next week it's something different. Yeah. Completely forgot.
There's a saying over here that says, he who hits forgets, who receives the punch always remembers.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, they put on a fucking, like Biden would say, the goddamn pony show over here, right? It's a pony show, and people sit there and, you know, I'm a little aggravated, but what can you do? Really, there's nothing you can do. They feed us all this shit, and you get all hyped up over it. And then after, you know, a week or two, they change their story. And I sat there and I was on when this one guy went up and he was the top boss in the last 4 years, Mr. Big T. I was for it. And then you got this new guy coming in, and he's all fumbling his words. And, you know, I look back to the last 4 or 5 big dogs, and you had the one black guy.
Right.
None of them do fucking anything.
Yeah.
One guy gets in, the other side complains for 4 fucking years. Then that side gets in, and the other side does
the same shit
fucking thing year after year after year after year. And I sat there and I looked and I said, all right, let's take all 5 of them. What has any of them as a group done significant for me to remember?
Right. Nothing.
Not a damn thing. I think the Big T might have got some people out of prison. Yeah. And he did some other things for the economy and shit like that. He's the one that I started.
He just had a big mouth. That's it. That's his problem.
He fucking should have kept. If he had a mouth like the black dude, imagine he had a mouth like the black dude and did the actions that he did. Forget about it. This guy would have been a home run. But they still would have figured some way to fuck him up.
Right.
But you know, I watch the TV and I go, what a bunch of fucking bullshit. And this guy's gonna go through, right? This guy's going to do his few years. And then you got the woman on his side who she was locking people up for nothing, for, you know, she's a prosecutor, motherfucker, for how long, and left people in prison when they should have been free. People forget. But back to the US and what Sammy was saying, everything or 90% of the shit the mob used to do that was illegal and guys are doing life. The US is, it's okay now. Starting with alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah, cigarettes.
Starting with the alcohol.
I remember cigarettes, alcohol, and cigarettes and alcohol are the #1 drugs that kill people. You know that?
I believe. Yeah,
alcohol.
I believe it.
Alcohol is #1.
Is it?
Yeah.
It kills more than yayo.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And
More people die of what? Liver problems?
Liver problem, psoriasis, it's called.
Cirrhosis. Yeah, my dad died of cirrhosis.
Yeah.
And his dad.
It kills more people than any other drug. Alcohol.
I didn't know that.
There's more alcoholics than there is anything else.
Damn.
You know, and an alcoholic, well, if you're addicted to any drug, you're always going to be addicted. You know what I mean? It's just a sense of you walking away from it or anything. But to try and help out an alcoholic, cure them or pull them away from the life, it's more difficult than trying to get them away from say heroin. Heroin is a bitch. You know, it's a bitch. Right?
Yeah.
People start throwing up. Try to get an alcoholic, you can kill them. You got to do it slowly.
I'll tell you, my dad was he died, and his dad died of drinking too much. And my dad, he caught it early. They all catch it early. It's not like too late.
Right.
He's puking blood and shit. And we're like, damn, what the fuck? So take him to the hospital. They say, oh, his liver. His varices veins or something inside the esophagus start bleeding, and you start puking up blood. So, you know, I'm in the hospital with the doctor, and they said, look, it's bad, but if he quits drinking, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be okay. I was like, oh, wow. All right. That's good. Just told him, listen, you got to quit drinking. He lasted about a year, tops.
Yeah, they go back.
And then when he was dying. He just could. The doctor says, nah, you're fucking, you know, you're done. You're done. He's on his deathbed, and I think my aunt said, what do you want? What do you want, Tony? He goes, I want a fucking drink. Yeah. She brought him a drink, got his drink. Same with his dad. His dad was dying in the hospital. Pasquale Giuseppe in the hospital. My dad tells me, you know, your granddad's dying. I was like 12 or 13. And I go, what he, you know, what's he saying? How's he feeling? He goes, he asked, just all he wanted was a drink. I said, well, what happened? He goes, I brought him a bottle. The fucking nurse says, you can't do that. He's like, well, what's worst case going to happen? He's going to die.
Yeah.
And he wants a fucking drink. He's dying. Give him a fucking drink, right?
Yeah, totally.
He's going to die quicker.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy with addicts and stuff like that. Listen, another thing that caught my eye with this episode was them talking about corrupt cops and their tentacles. They were talking about their tentacles were long. They had politicians, they had certain people, and the way that they used to extort them is, you remember 42nd over there in New York and Manhattan, where the triple X, the peep shows.
Yeah, I was listening to Giuliani
just
say
take
that.
pictures, and they just take pictures of them. And they come up, you know, and then they would start extorting people, and then they would start calling in favors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? In order for the information not to get out. That was some slick shit. You know? Is. Yeah. Another thing was that something that they said was that the feds, they couldn't break the feds. They couldn't, you know, they offered monies, but
feds are different. Feds are different class.
System.
I'll tell you, I went out. It's a different system. It's a different person. I went out with a girl. I'm not gonna say what her name is. Yeah, her name was Tara. That's about it. I went out with a girl, and she was gonna be an FBI agent. She wanted to be an FBI agent, but she was one of those girls that just like, I don't know what they like bad guys. I don't know how to say it. They like, you know, the type of shit we do. They like it. I'm sorry, but she also at the same time wanted to be an FBI agent, probably because she liked being around crime. That's all I can imagine, right? She liked the hustle. So when she went in for her interview, it's basically a lie detector, right? And it's you can still be an agent if you know someone who did this, but she saw so much shit that there was no way for her to pass this test.
Right.
Now, that's what the feds do. You go through this lie detector, and if you have any involvement in criminal history, you're screwed. Any of your family members. Now, this is a lot of red tape. Your whole family's got to almost be clean. I mean, they can't necessarily knock you off completely because you got a bad family member. But listen, if you want to go after criminals, they might put your ass somewhere else on the computer, you know, maybe not out in the field. I don't know how that works, but you don't pass a lie detector, you're fucked. That doesn't happen to regular cops. No. See, that's why you can't buy a Fed. Fed already passed all that shit. You know, they passed all the hard part.
Yeah.
There's been, I forgot what state it was. Massachusetts won some shit. There was a big thing with the Feds. They were corrupt. FBI. I mean, the mob had
here
in Florida and in Miami.
No, in Colombia.
Well, you don't have FBI. You are FBI or you're Feds?
What?
Colombian Fed, American Feds over there?
DEA.
Oh, those were the ones that were getting paid off. Huh? Yeah. Now, see, there's also a difference between DEA and FBI.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's just a level higher of, you know, you might not pass to be a fucking FBI agent, but you might be able to be a DEA agent.
Yeah, because you need to know the ropes, and you need to know more or less how to funnel your way through the system. Yeah, the entry level to become an FBI agent in DEAs. Yeah, it's a much higher. CIA's even higher.
CIA's way up there. They want to know what your fucking great grandfather did.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he's right. Trying to pay off the Fed is
it's hard. But he said that they had on their payroll, they had all the local cops, because he says a lot of them went to school with them. They know, you know, their sister, cousin of I don't know who, and all this stuff. They had them all on payroll. Right. You know, I mean, there was a big thing. There was a big thing in New York with the police. You know, everybody was on payroll. So
you know what pisses me off, Carlos? You ever see a dirty cop get busted? Some dirty cop, like for example, that one in Puerto Rico just recently, the DEA agent, right? He gets popped and whatever the fuck else. Right. He's going to go in front of the judge, and they're going to say he was a DEA agent for 10 years and he has helped the community for this long. And they're going to paint this fucking beautiful pathway for him, right? How he was a public servant, he did all this shit, and that his sentence should be reduced because he was a cop. Hold on, motherfucker. You betrayed the trust of the public. You talk about an enhancement. You know, we get a 2-point enhancement for stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
You get a 2-point enhancement, another 2-point enhancement. Fuck, you were looking at 5 years, you got 10 because they enhanced you. Good example is Taiwan. I lived in Taiwan for a year, and I went there once before. But a corrupt cop in Taiwan, your ass is finished. Your ass they got a different sentencing guidelines.
Be an example.
Yeah, completely. You got a criminal's one thing, but when you get the trust to become a cop and you're a dirty cop, you're getting sentenced differently, buddy. You ain't getting this, you know, you ain't getting this, oh, you were this and you were not. Hell no, your ass is getting a hammer. So yeah, it's fucked up. But yeah, he's right. Crooked cops. Look, there was a time, Carlos, when I got arrested when I was 16, my dad tells me, there's no bullshit. He tells me, he was just trying to make me feel good. He goes, listen, we got the judge. I was like, what? He goes, we got the judge. Now, my dad was such a good bullshitter. He was like Franchise. He was like Franchise. He was a fucking good bullshitter. My dad was great. He goes, look, we got the judge. And I'm like, he goes, your first offense, ounce of powder, you know, you're 16 and we got the judge. I go, really? He goes, you know, Tom Lynch. And Tom Lynch was his partner at the time. I go, yeah. He goes, his son. So I said, all right. He goes, oh, we're gonna put the word in that you're not gonna do any time. It's like, okay, Carlos, this is 1 in a billion. They take me to court 21 days later. I'm fucking shackled to everybody. I walk in, the Honorable Judge Tom Lynch.
Okay.
I'm like, no fucking way. My heart's pounding. This motherfucker got me in front of the judge. I'm thinking, how did they do this?
Right.
He goes like this. I'm shackled to all the other guys. He goes, I gotta bring it to the court's attention. I need to recuse myself because I am friends with the defendant's father, Mr. Cayucci.
Oh.
I had the black kid next to me go, your daddy know the judge? I'm like, what? He goes, your daddy know the judge and they didn't let you go? He said, recuse. I said, what the fuck does that mean? I go, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Bottom line is, he had to fucking step away from the case. My dad never thought in a million years that I'd actually end up in front of that judge.
Wow.
He bullshitted, and I actually ended up in front of the fucking judge that he knew.
It came true.
And when I saw him, I said, guess what? I go, guess who the judge was? I go, Tom Lynch. he had to recuse himself. He's like, sent me up the road and charged me as an adult. He could have let me walk.
Motherfucker.
He could have let me walk.
Wow.
But that's, listen, you're going to let me walk and ruin his entire career?
Yeah.
For me? Really?
Nah,
really?
This wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. No,
if he had 5 million in his back pocket, maybe. Maybe.
That was state, right?
That was a state.
That was a state.
Petty ass state charge.
5 million. Yeah, he would have listened. You know what I mean? So listen, another thing. Oh, we got what was it? How can I say it? We regañados. How do you say that shit in Spanish, in English? Like when you lecture your kid. How do you call that shit? Like
I forgot the fucking word. Okay, discipline.
Yeah, but we got his name is Francis, not Franchise.
Oh, I replied.
Guess what? I don't give a fuck. He's Franchise to me.
I put Franchise with the cheese thing, right? I mean, come on, it fits perfectly. Really?
I saw that. I like this. I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Well, he was saying they started talking about bullies and then how he hates bullies.
Who?
Franchise.
There's not the mob. See, that drives me nuts. They're worried about bullies when that's all the mob ever was one giant bully. You know what I like is when the guys, listen, I got good friends and they get arrested, right? And then they cry about how dishonest the government is.
Right.
Even if the charges are fake. Okay? Let's just say the charges are fake. Hold on, motherfucker. You've been doing everything dishonest. So they add a little bit of this or a little bit of that, or they say it was it was supposed to be 1 million. They said it was 2, and you're complaining because the guy's dishonest. I mean, come the fuck on.
Right.
If you're gonna play the dirty game, expect the other side to fucking play with dirt too. You can't throw fucking rocks and expect them to throw fucking cotton balls.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
You gotta fight fire with fire.
Their ass is gonna shoot arrows at you. That's the only way to win.
You know. Now that you bring that up, the president that I liked over here,
right?
Uribe, he fought the guerrillas toe to toe. He even bombed them. He bombed them in Ecuador. We almost went to war with Ecuador because he bombed them in Ecuadorian territory. He goes, yeah, but I asked you permission. You knew they were there. I asked you permission to go get them. You denied me, so I had to go get them. He had them cornered.
That's a good point because that's the same thing the U.S. can do over to Mexico. You don't need to listen. We ask permission. You don't want to take care of them yourself. We'll come in and boom, finish. But no, but yeah, that's fucking funny. I didn't know that.
He had that's why there's a lot of people upset here because he had the guerrillas cornered. The guerrillas were done, and then this guy, the next president, was his vice president, and supposedly he's supposed to follow his footsteps. Right. With the other term, it would have been over. No more guerrillas in Colombia. You know what I mean? They would have been shut down totally.
Right.
This fucker wants to sign a peace treaty with them. He's talking about what peace treaty? You got him cornered. You know what I mean? And then what did they do? They loaded back up.
It's almost like one side wants, like you got two parties, right? You got this side and this side. It's like one side really wants to get rid of them, and the other side doesn't.
It doesn't.
One side does all these laws to get rid of them. The other side comes in and goes, let's just take that away. We'll take this away. Let's give them a little bit of money. Maybe they need help. I mean, fucking come on.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Like when they took out El Chapo, why didn't they take out everyone else? Right. Why was it just him?
Yeah.
There's fucking 10 guys over there that gotta
go. A whole bunch, and I'm trust me, with the intelligence that they got, they know exactly where
they know everything. Listen, there's not a phone. I don't care how many fucking phones they can get on. Because listen, let's say you got your phone and I got your number, but you got a burner next to you.
Totally.
All I gotta do is find out where the fuck you are. They know where the signal goes. I used to grab signals off of phones when I was sitting next on 163rd and Biscayne Boulevard with an ESN reader, stealing telephone numbers. Bloop, 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 bloop. That was back then. You telling me the Fed can't have your fucking number?
Oh yeah, they got you. They can pinpoint you.
They pinpoint you from the satellite. So if they know where you are on your phone and you got 3 burners next to you, guess what? They're going to grab those 2.
Exactly.
They're just so full of shit.
Oh man, it's cool. Listen, I got an email. I think they copied you into it, huh? So I forgot the guy's name, but cool that he wrote. He was asking about this guy A-Light.
Right.
I think that I more or less heard that story before, where A-Light ripped off some Colombians with fake dollars. And then
yeah, I heard it.
Some people were sent over there, and there was a shootout.
I heard it. I don't know the whole thing, but I can guarantee you it wasn't no bigwig.
I'm gonna find out. And I'm gonna investigate a little bit, and I'll be letting him know. You know, I answered him on the email and stuff like that, and I'll investigate.
Because people think just because someone's a Colombian and they're in New York and they're selling drugs that there's some sort of
part of there's a lot of there was a lot of
Americans, Colombian Americans,
yeah,
independent, right? So listen, it's possible guy got ripped off 5-10 bricks, maybe, but I'll tell you what, if they ripped off from someone from the cartel, just like I said the other day, they'd follow fucking A-Light and go wipe out the whole fucking crew over at the Ravenite Club.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't do that shit. Listen, if I was the boss, you don't rip off drug dealers.
No.
Why would you do that?
No, it's
unless you kill them all.
Yourself. You have enough problems with the police. You're going to bring more problems to yourself,
right? And then if you're going to rip them off, you better kill them. And why kill them? I mean, now you're for nothing, for what, a few dollars?
Yeah.
I mean,
you might as well open up the line so you can keep making money. That's just a one-time shot, and money like that goes quick. Trust me, you grab money in bulk like that, it's gone.
Tax them. At worst case scenario, you tax them, and if you can't tax them, then guess what? If they're not the type of guys you can tax, then they're not the ones you want to kill.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Because if you can't squeeze someone to get money out of them because of whatever reason, they ain't paying or they got backup, then trust me, that's not the motherfucker you want to kill either.
Okay. No, true. That's true.
Right? Yeah,
totally,
they squeeze the weak. Who's winning, motherfucker? I see you eyeballing.
Oh, it's halftime.
Oh, is it?
I told you, halftime. Any football fans out there? Let me know.
Oh yeah, we got the Dolphins. Hey, so what are we gonna do with the trip, the Colombian trip? There is no the 5 people that we had are staying. There was only 2 up in the air for question, right? On the vaccine.
Right.
Our boat's still full. They said, fuck it, they're getting vaccinated. So good, me too. We're all getting vaccinated.
Okay, beautiful.
Right? I got no choice. I got to. So what we're gonna offer possibly, do you want to offer that and see if it works? I mean, you want to do the extra 2 or no?
See what yeah, definitely. See open up 2 more spots.
2 more spots?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then we have to lower the price for everybody. Just make it lower across the board.
If we get 2 more spots, we'll lower something from the price that we have.
Right. All right. So listen, anyone want to go in on this trip? 2 more people. That's going to bring a total of 7.
Total of 7. Exactly.
And then we would lower the price for everyone who's the guys already put deposits down. It's not, the price isn't going up, and you're not going to pay more than the 2 people. No, the whole idea is to get everyone's price lower.
Right.
So email me at mafiamade1971@gmail. And that's for the trip going February 25th to March 2nd. That's for that trip, right? If you don't want to do this trip, what's the next trip?
April 15th through the 18th.
April 15th to the 18th.
No, 13th.
Oh, 13th.
13th through the 18th. Okay.
15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, that's 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
From 13th to the 18th, and we're ready. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay.
So send me an email, and if you're really interested, put your phone number in there. I'll send you a text or I'll call you. And
I need all the info for everybody. For the ones already confirmed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call them. Anyone confirmed already? You 5? Send me an email with your passport information, because in Colombia, it's not like the US. They want your passport information when you check into the hotel, and that's probably about it over there, right? They're not going to want it. We don't need any more.
Already in advance, and I need their schedule, their flight schedule, what time they're coming in and what time they're leaving.
Okay.
So I can arrange all the transportation and everything. Okay.
All right.
I want to do all this with enough time. You know what I mean? I don't want to be running around at the last minute. Okay. I want to have everything nicely organized.
And everyone will have their own individual room in the hotel. That's what we're doing, right?
Exactly. Everybody has their own room. Okay. We'll
That's
probably
gonna be-
stay there with them, though. We'll get some
Yeah, we're
rooms
going to be in the
ourselves.
same spot. We're going to be in the
Yeah.
same hotel.
We'll have fun.
It's on the beach, no?
Yeah, it's on the beach. We'll have fun.
Wow.
2 clubs. The 2 happening clubs are there, so you know what I mean.
Oof.
We probably won't want to leave from there. Trust me.
And carnival.
And carnival.
Wow.
Okay.
How
Okay.
close to the carnival is going to be to the hotel? Can you walk out the front door of the hotel and bang, it's
Oh,
right there?
Carnival's coming there. Trust me.
Really?
Carnival's coming there also. I mean, but the whole city's happening. The whole city. But you know, we got a perfect spot because they do carnival parties there in both clubs. We can go to one club one night, the other club the other night. If you know, or just want the story nights, we'll organize it in one of the clubs. They have a big hut where I'll tell them reserve the hut for me. And you know, we'll just have like a sit down, we'll have our waiters, we'll have our food. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nice. You'll like it.
That's gonna be some good shit. All right.
What's all our stories there? You know? Okay.
Okay. All right, brother.
Watch my game.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.